I tell her get low, gon' rock with me. You gon' mess around now and get a shopping spree. I'm now in your possession like apostrophe. Oh, enough with all the talking, I just told her say less and do more, do more, do more, do more. Oh, I tell her do more, do more, do more, do more. Go ahead, set the mood right, dirty like a food fight. You been working all day, load it up in 2 nights. Do more, do more, do more, do more. Oh, I tell her, and she gon' work that right. I'ma mess around and drown when she drop that down. No more phone me blowing up, I like not right now. Oh, I swear that she in next the way she work that mouth. Whoa, automatic cause she move, she be cousin static. I be straight up like an addict, might become an addict. Now I gotta have it, had enough with all the moves, yeah, move here. Ooh, let me grab it now, I'm on 1 year. Now I'm not done yet, told her wait right here. I'll be back one sec, this is just time out, this is not no way. Go and grab that friend, and you know what's next stage. You been rockin' with an all-star, baby, and I know you coming early like a 5-star, baby. Packing out the seat, this ain't no hostile, baby, and they know me in the city like a mob star. Oh, I tell her get low, gon' rock with me. You gon' mess around now and get a shopping spree. I'm now in your possession like apostrophe. Oh, enough with all the talking, I just told her say less and do more, do more, do more, do more. Oh, I tell her do more, do more, do more, do more. Go ahead, set the mood right, dirty like a food fight. You been working all day, load it up in 2 nights. Do more, do more, do more, do more. Oh, I tell her,
feel like John Morant, need a triple-double, told him check the stats, yeah, I got a couple, I don't drive the ball, now I never fumble, I'm the MVP, now I feel like Russell, feel like John Morant, need a triple-double, told him check the stats, yeah, I got a couple, I don't drive the ball, now I never fumble, I'm the MVP, now I feel like Russell, yeah, I need it now, told him on the lay, I've been moving dog, yeah, I'm on the way, I don't hear the talk, don't care what they say, I don't got no patience, I can't ever wait, I've been trying to get it, running up all these digits, and I've been in the gym, I've been up doing minutes, I just put in that work, told them it's strictly business, and I see through the face, they all just burning bridges, feel like John Morant, need a triple-double, told him check the stats, yeah, I got a couple, I don't drive the ball, now I never fumble, I'm the MVP, now I feel like Russell, feel like John Morant, need a triple-double, told him check the stats, yeah, I got a couple, I don't drive the ball, now I never fumble, I'm the MVP, now I feel like Russell, yeah, they don't want it done like I want it, dog, yeah, they say they want it, then they took the summer off, I've been going down the list, checking numbers off, I was checking on your numbers, told them something's off, I was at the bottom, now you know I'm climbing, now they sending deals, they know I ain't signing, they been trying to sell it, they know I ain't buying, when they send a text, dog I ain't replying, feel like John Morant, need a triple-double, told him check the stats, yeah I got a couple, I don't drive the ball, now I never fumble, I'm the MVP, now I feel like Russell, feel like John Morant, need a triple-double, told him check the stats, yeah I got a couple, I don't drive the ball, now I never fumble, I'm the MVP, now I feel like Russell.
Yeah, head up in the clouds, dog, they saying I look stressed. I've been feeling down, pray to God that I'm up next. Remember when she blew me off, that's why I can't text. Now she call me petty, but I swear I can't forget. This ain't a test, now they saying that I ball like Jerry West. Coming back for what is mine, can't take no less. I said go and take a shot, so I need your best. And stop the threats, don't know what is in me. I don't got time, I'm not giving the energy. Too many people around me, I'm finicky. I do not mess with you, dog, you're not kidding me. You don't got way too close, I been up at the top now, so they all wait for the landslide. I seen too many people that switched up, whose man's high? Through it all, I stay the same. I swear to God, I can't lie. Been down so damn low that I came up for my life. They talk way too much on the internet, it's not real life. I swear my fam waiting, I can't lose, and I'm still right. Still right. I swear that I'm working them up till like midnight. It's real life. I got a time and I'm coming to get mine. In time, I cannot lose, and I'm coming right inside. I'm in my, yeah.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know, on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't ever going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On the road, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here on the Frankie Candles live stream right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What is going on? I just messed up my own intro. But what is going on, Candle Mafia? Welcome in. And today, we're going to be talking about Bitcoin, and it's somewhat boring sideways price action today. Not too much going on the charts, but I want to talk about some signals we're seeing on the medium to higher time frames that could potentially point to a continued pump to the upside. And we'll put a percentage, we'll put like somewhat of a percentage likeliness of this happening. And as you guys know, if you were tuned into last night's live stream, you will know we were looking at some money flow crossovers on the higher time frames. Not the higher dailies. That money flow is still coming out, which we still do have to be somewhat cautious. But can we get this local move up in the medium term? I do think it is still potentially possible. Looking up towards that 63 to 65K-ish area. I do think there is still a chance of getting up there. I'm going to talk to you guys about exactly why I think that could be the case. And then, yeah, we'll talk about the key levels. We'll talk about some potential areas we can look for some entries. And then we'll obviously take a look at the altcoins, as we always do about halfway through the stream. But before we do that, guys, go ahead and smash that like button. Every 100 likes we get gives you guys some extra chances to win some giveaways on Friday's live stream. We're going for 550 likes. I don't know what we're going to do if we hit that, but we're going to do something fun, and it will be beneficial for the Candle Mafia. So let's see, who do we got in here? We got Elite Ways. What is going on? Welcome in. We got Ken in the chat. Said, yo, Frankie boy. What is going on, brother? Welcome in, Ken. Thank you for being here. We got Big Daddy in the chat. What is going on? Shout out to you, brother. We got Wick589 in the chat. We got Bitfrog. What is going on? We got Photos in Doggy Photo. Shout out to you, bro. Hopefully I said that right. What is going on? We got Wick. We got Crypto Billy. Good to see you in here, bro. Welcome in, everybody. Let's see. Darren does things in the chat. Rob the Crypto Snob. Everybody wish Rob a happy birthday. As you guys know, he does have more than one birthday each year. Some people say it's every day. So go ahead and wish him a happy birthday in the chat. We got Amy Lives Crypto. What is going on? We got Do in the chat. Welcome in, bro. We got Nibbles. What is going on? Welcome in, everybody. Thank you guys for being here. And K Diggity, the GOAT. Biggest fan. What is going on, K Diggity? Red Elephant, Kush Patel. We got everybody in here. But let's go ahead and jump on into the charts here, guys, and see if we can figure out what the next move on this crazy thing they call Bitcoin is going to be. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So here we are. On love them code. Shout out to K Diggity, and Phoebe misses you, K Diggity. She's waiting for a visit. Shout out to K Diggity, Mr. 100 in the chat. Good to see everybody in here. But let's go ahead and take a look here at what we got going on the charts. And obviously, you know, we do have some. It's pretty clean analysis here today, as we do have some clear levels here, guys. And, you know, yesterday we were looking at this local value area, obviously, which is where we were looking for, or took that little scalp short from up here above the volume profile, got that to hit TP1, which was the volume profile, a little bit more than that as well. And then we got that little pump up yesterday, and now we are basically, since yesterday's live stream, just wiggling sideways, right? So I want to talk about some local levels within here that I am watching. But as of right now, guys, some of these major levels that I'm going to be paying attention to are going to be right here, right? You have the value area high sitting at about 60,637. And as you guys know now, I will take a look at these higher time frames or medium time frame money flows that could potentially be pointing to upward price action. But we are obviously still going to be looking at price action in the context of this volume profile. And right now we are playing with this very, very, very key level, which is going to be the value area high. As long as we remain below this level, guys, we could potentially be at risk of coming back down lower here towards that POC. There actually may be some things pointing to that as well. I'm going to break everything down for you guys. But right now, if we did want to continue up, well, actually, I'll bring up the local levels in just a second. But before we continue on with the levels, I do want to take a look at market cipher, because there are some things pointing here, somewhat mixed, right? Yesterday we did get that little pump, which was somewhat interesting. But, obviously, these little, we got this pump. What was this, like 4 or 5%? Yeah, about 5%, which is funny. You felt a little bit of excitement yesterday with that pump, and it's pretty funny, right? Because these 5% pumps are typically what gives a little bit of attention to crypto here. It turns out that that 5% move is really what gets people excited, but in the grand scheme of things, like, really nothing crazy has happened. We are just stuck in this sideways volume profile, so even that pump from here was kind of just, stuck in this range. However, it is somewhat interesting here, because if we come up to some of these higher time frames, guys, you can see we do have money flow coming up somewhat nicely here, specifically on the 10-hour. And, oftentimes people ask me, Frankie, I say this all the time, right? I get the volume profiles. I get what we look for. I get when you deviate above the high, this is where we want to typically be looking for shorts, as this is an overvalued asset. Or, if you're new here, you can look at the deviations outside of your value area, which is simply between the value area low and value area high. Anytime you get above this, this is kind of what you could look at as the overbought, right, or expensive asset. And then as you deviate below, you could look at this as like oversold, not undersold, oversold, or just a cheap asset. And this is where you would look to buy this back into the range in anticipation of coming up to the POC and eventually the value area high. But as we look here, right, a lot of people say, like, how do you know, like, whether you're going to get a breakout to the upside, because you're not going to go sideways forever. And although sometimes it does seem like that, right? We have the, we are essentially just in constant ranges recently, especially, with the summer months. Typically, you do see that sideways price action kind of just linger on in a super boring manner. We have this sideways range, right? And then you zoom out, right? We have the macro sideways range. And actually, as we're going to zoom down into the lower time frames, right now we are just simply starting to wiggle around in another sideways range potentially. So, but with that being said, as we see this money flow on the 10-hour starting to curve up towards that zero line. Now, obviously, we do have the red dot. So again, if we get stuck under this value area high, could be, a potential fallback down to that POC sitting at 59.5 or 59.472. But as we have that money flow coming up, guys, remember the money flow indicates the longer term trend. So even if we did get a little ebb, and again, the red dots and the green dots are typically the noise in the market. And you guys can see here, right? Although, we are in this large sideways range, you can see as this money flow in the 10-hour was continuing up, we are putting in a high, a low, a higher high, and can we potentially put in another higher low before finally breaking out of this range? I do think it is possible, especially with that money flow crossover, but just remember, this red dot here could potentially give us another ebb to the downside, especially if we can't get back above that value area high at $60,637. So that is kind of what I'm looking at. And, with that money flow crossover, this would potentially make us anticipate that bigger move to the upside, which, as you guys know, we'll take a look at the higher levels that I'm watching in just a second. But this 10-hour money flow does look pretty nice here. You can see we did get the 8-hour money flow crossover as well. Now, again, we are potentially going to print a red dot here on the 8-hour, which could potentially drag us back down. But again, the anticipation here based off money flow would be to, get a slightly lackluster pullback for a continuation up. So there you go, right? And now, in all of its glory here, you can see a little bit of a stronger signal here on the daily is that daily money flow crossover into the green. And, this is pretty nice, right? Just another reason. So we do have reasons to look for this range to eventually break to the upside, especially with all this money flow, 8-hour, 10-hour daily, all looking pretty good. Excuse me. Come on. All looking pretty dang good in my opinion. And the question is, how high can we go, right? Now, I don't want to be the bear, right? We are potentially looking up here with all this money flow crossovers. It does look good for a potential continuation up. However, we do have to keep an eye on the potential bearish case, which I will cover in a minute, right? We've taken a look at the bearish case many times here, right? So I'm not going to really spend too much time on it. But before we do that, I do want to kind of just cover the next targets to the upside in case we do get that move to the upside, right? So if we do get that breakout and we do see the sideways range get pushed up to higher prices here, obviously our larger range does remain exactly the same, right? We are fighting very important resistance right now, which is the value area low, macro golden pocket. And by macro golden pocket, I just simply mean a higher time frame golden pocket when pulled from this previous significant swing high all the way to the last dip down to about $49,000. So this is still the most important level of resistance to get above, and you guys can see it is giving us quite a battle, right? We got the bigger rejection here, as expected, getting a little bit more of a significant pullback here of about 10%. But as we reapproach this zone, right, we are just continuously rejection, and we are starting to get a little turbulence here. But again, with that money flow crossing over into the green, anytime you kind of look at this on the daily, these do typically give you significant moves to the upside, right? The last significant money flow crossover that we had was all the way back here, right before a big continuation to the upside. Even back here, that was another significant money flow crossover on the daily. Another significant move back to the upside, and then even here you get the daily money flow crossover into the red. Pretty big continuation down. So just to kind of show the power of these daily money flow crossovers, and you can even see here, right, like with these little fake outs into the green here. Right here, you get a little fake out into the green, but still wound up giving you a push to the upside here. So, hopefully we don't just get like one of these fake outs and, finally get a big rejection from the golden pocket, which we all know. This is, I will bring up the bearish case, very briefly here because we have looked at it for quite some time. It just gets very repetitive. I think anyone who tunes into this show does know that the big resistance levels that I am looking at are golden pocket value area low and then this 786 daily horizontal confluence that we have up here are kind of the highest and most important levels to get above if we do not want to see the larger macro bearish case play out, which would be to put in a lower high, either at that golden pocket or 786, to then come down and break structure to the downside once again, potentially targeting about $47,500. Now, again, with the way money flow looks right now, it does look very likely that we will at least get some kind of continuation to the upside, right? There's no guarantee there. Sometimes we're wrong. I've been wrong in the past. I will be wrong again at some point. But with the way money flow looks, this is typically where we do see at least some kind of continuation to the upside. So, but you just got to be careful and aware of these large resistance levels. So number one, if we do continue up, the real big level that I think we are going to be looking up to is probably going to be this wick high that we looked at yesterday, sitting at about $62,771, where we know that we have a liquidity sitting above. Let me go ahead and pull up High Block Capital real quick. Probably going to have to reload this really quickly. Bada boom, bada bing. Bear with me, guys, while I load this up. Boom, boom, boom. Come on. I'm logged in. There we go. So let me go ahead and pull this up real quick. Shout out to Harris. Thank you for that super chat, bro. I appreciate you very much. He said, if you can, please give me your thoughts on the Crow chart. Shout out to you, bro. I actually accidentally broke my pen, so I can't write it down. But yeah, Crow. Rob, let's go ahead and add Crow to the alt list when we get to it. Thank you very much. And shout out to Harris. Thank you for that super chat, bro. I appreciate you. But yeah, let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, as we look here at the liquidation heat maps, guys, as you can see locally, come on, scroll down here a little bit more. What is this? I want to see the one. Let's pull up the 1 month real quick. Bada boom, right? And we looked at this yesterday. Again, price action kind of going sideways. We're going to get to the alts pretty quick here. But, as we look, right, let me just resize here. You can see, right, above this wick at about $62,771, we do have that hot block of liquidity. So if we are able to kind of have this act as a magnet, this would kind of be the next major target, in my opinion, if we do get the continuation. And then once we get to that level, I would be careful, right? This would be kind of like the end-all, be-all level. If we could break above this, I do think that $65,000 to $66,000 786 daily horizontal is going to come in, right? Get above this liquidity, maybe even stopping out those shorts and liquidating those shorts could even give you the explosive push up into that level. So we also do have another level up here. I don't have it on this chart. It is a daily naked point of control sitting just above here. So unless we come up to that liquidity and we see some kind of a liquidity sweep into the daily naked point of control for a bigger reversal down, if we don't see that, I do think it's very likely to get pulled up to that 786, right? Because not only once you get above this value area low, because if you keep it simple, right? We did this on the live stream last night. If you keep things nice and simple here and we hide that purple box with the Fibonacci levels and we just go ahead and take a look at our volume profile, right? Like we are playing not only with key resistance, but also playing with key support here because if we are able to flip that value area low, that is where you are naturally expecting the POC to eventually come in, right? Once you hold that value area low, you're expecting to begin that journey up to your POC, right? Understanding you have all those resistance levels in between that could potentially knock you back down, but for the most part, you are just expecting to begin that journey up to the POC. But again, I do want to harp that this daily 786 level, again, like really coming in between about $65,000 and $66,000 is going to be absolutely key because in my opinion, once you get above that, this really does invalidate the lower high situation in my opinion, or the highest likelihood area to get that lower high. And then once you flip that 786 daily, I would probably not only be expecting the POC, but also another approach at those $70,000 highs, which we know is really where the next significant liquidity lies, right? If I pull up the 3-month chart here, let me see. I think I actually have it down here. Come on. Bada boom. Bada bing. All right. We got 2 1-month charts here. So let me pull up the 3-month chart real quick. Come on. There we go. Right. So, and you can see. Come on. There we go. So, yeah, that is really where the real significant liquidity lies, right? You can kind of see the hot block of liquidity about 63K, but really the majority of the liquidity is up here. And what do we know about liquidity, guys, is it acts as a magnet for price. Not 100% of the time, right? It's not as easy as just seeing the liquidity. Yo, shout out to Harris, said money towards a new pen. Shout out to you, bro. Actually, yeah, let me just order one. Thank you for that, bro. I'm actually going to use that money right now. I'm going to order a new pen on Uber Eats right now. They sell pens on Uber Eats if you guys don't know. All right. Thank you very much, Harris. We will have a new pen in just a second. Shout out to you, bro. But, this liquidity is likely to act as a magnet. Again, it's not as easy as just, like, spotting the liquidity on the heat map and just saying, like, oh, okay, we're definitely coming up to that level. But, again, even if we zoom out to the 6-month chart, I mean, there is a whole lot of liquidity sitting above here, leading all the way up to about, $76,000, right? So, in my opinion, if we start cracking into that $70,000 liquidity and we could get into this hot spot of liquidity, this is likely where we'll start seeing a hard push up on Bitcoin, in my own personal opinion, right? Because once we start wrecking all those shorts, this is where the bears are really like, oh my God, I should have never shorted this thing. And they're likely all to get wrecked. And again, as I always say, or not as I always say, but as it is, right? When you get stopped out or liquidated out of short positions, it creates market buys, right? So that's what creates those big pushes up on those liquidations. So it's very important to realize how that works. So again, acting as a magnet, once you get up there, it'll likely give you those big liquidation wicks, potentially giving you pushes up to higher prices, right? Lot of liquidity right there. Right? Like very, very clear that is the hottest spot of liquidity. Like even if you pull up the 1-year chart here, Yeah, like that is where most of the liquidity is sitting, right? And this was something that we were looking at on the live stream down here to anticipate a pull down to that 51 to 52K zone. If you guys remember back when we were looking at that $51 to $52,000 support level, a lot of people were like, I don't know about that. But we did have not only the money flow pointing in that direction, but we also had this very, very strong area of liquidations. And what happens, right? You come down, you take the liquidity, and now the next significant area of liquidity is lying above, right? And this is oftentimes when you see price range bound like this, it is, come down. We had liquidity down here, scoop that liquidity, come back up, get the higher liquidity, the lower liquidity. And in my opinion, right, once we break that POC or that 786 level, $66,000 would make it very, very likely to start creeping up to go take that liquidity above. So I have to see what happens. Hopefully we don't get the lower high. And the liquidity is, that is nice to see up there, right? And it worked when we were looking down to 51 to 52K. We'll see if it could bring us back up to $70,000. So there you go. For the most part, that is what I'm looking at on Bitcoin. Longer term outlook pretty much remains exactly the same. Locally, we are just kind of battling this value area low. And remember, like the significance of getting above this level and holding it. You could think of that value area low as your doorway to higher prices, right? We always talk about those doorways to higher prices being the value area low, because once you get above here, that's where you could start your journey to fill that whole range. And then again, understand all of that liquidity, all those hot spots of liquidity, if we get it like accurately here, like it really, the real significant liquidity starts at about $74,000, right? So we know we have some at $70,000. So I will actually just pull that, right? So just above this value area high. And then, once more, $74,000 is really like right above this daily is really where the liquidity starts. So if we could come up here and start peeking into this, that's where you could really start to see price go and start to liquidate those shorts. And I will be honest, right? Where liquidity is sitting, not only can it help push price up, but there are also areas where you could set up for potential short positions, right? Because oftentimes that's where you will see a liquidity grab. Price will get shot up into those liquidations, stop everybody out, liquidate everybody, and then price just reverses in the opposite direction. Very similar to what we saw when we came down to that $51,000 level, right? Everyone gets super scared, liquidity is already taken, and you get the reversal. So keep that in mind. So there you go. Let's see. Bada boom. Shout out to French Toaster dropping those candles in the chat. And shout out to Dave Digital. Shout out to you, bro. Welcome in. Dave, stick around. I got to talk to you. I got to talk to you for a second. Stick around for the Frankie fake out, bro. Stick around for this Frankie's fake out. I got to ask you something, bro. I got to ask you a question. So stick around. Shout out to Dave Digital. Double D's in the chat for Dave Digital. Let's get it. We need a Dave Digital emoji. Shout out to Dave. I mean, Dave's got he's the most official unofficial mod of the channel, and he's got that big gray wrench. And I feel like he at least deserves a custom emoji for being the most official unofficial mod. Maybe we'll get like a special double D emoji. Tony D, let's try to make a Dave Digital emoji if you can. That'd be dope. But yeah, let's see. Shout out to Barack Ahmed. What is going on? Said, love you, bro. I don't know if he's talking about me or Dave Digital. But shout out to you. French Toaster dropping the pig nose cracks me up, bro. Easy in the chat for me. Shout out to Elite Ways EZ. Let's go. Dan, I just used the Dunkin' Donuts. Oh, use the Dunkin' Donuts logo for Dave? Dave, if you like Dunkin' Donuts, that's a lock on that emoji. Let's go. But yeah, guys, that's what I'm looking at on Bitcoin here. Money flow does look good for a potential continuation. And yeah, we'll see what happens. We are playing around with those nice those nice key levels up here. And then again, just real quick before we move on to the altcoins, local levels, I'll keep it nice and simple here. I'm not going to give you guys a whole lot of levels, right? And remember, locally, right, like what we just went over is somewhat longer term, right? Because as we look at that 10-hour money flow crossing over into the green or looking for the crossover into the green, we do have a red dot. But like I said, money flow indicates a longer term trend. Red and green dots indicate the ebbs and flows. So although we could anticipate the trend to continue up, this red dot could potentially pull us down. And I know if anyone's in here and they're new to the show or they're new to the charts, it can be very confusing, right? Like, I thought money flow was coming up. Why'd we get a pullback? And it's just understanding how Market Cypher B works and, how the actual charts move, right? There's ups and downs, there's ebbs and flows. You have to separate the noise and the trends, right? The major trends. So With that 10-hour red dot, if we do get a pullback, right, I will be looking at this volume profile. Value area high 60,637, POC 59,472, and your value area low at $57,940, right? So, again, typically, if we're just looking at this as a volume profile, we really got to get above this value area high if we want a local pump. If not, and we get stuck underneath here, it's going to be more likely to get a move down to that POC, and then hopefully we can get the bounce there. Because if you are able to get the bounce there, you could maintain that local market structure to the upside here. And even if we pull our fibs, yeah, you got like a significant golden pocket down here as well. So, this would be a big level to hold in my opinion. But other than that, just looking at this as a volume profile, come down to the POC. If we can't maintain support on that POC for a bounce, you would simply look for the value area low. And then overall, right, I don't know if I'm anticipating like a massive drop down locally. I would probably anticipate the, the continuation to the upside. But if we did get a bigger drop, key level still remains the same level that we watched for the past few weeks, 54,200 to 53,755. If we get a bigger drop, like you really want to hold this level or way more downside is likely, in hindsight, if we lose these levels, it's going to be very clear that the macro lower high wound up coming in on the golden pocket, right? But again, money flow would not be calling for that locally at this moment, right? So I would hope that we at least maintain within this range, right? So yeah, there you go. And then also, if you come on over to the 8-hour, guys, this is another thing we can watch all over. Although, again, money flow is crossing into the green. So even if we did come down, like I would probably, if I had to bet here, if that money flow is crossing over into the green, even if that 8-hour red dot brought us down to the value area low, I would be willing to look for longs down here, right, to potentially get the bigger pop to the upside. And here's the thing, right? If that 8-hour red dot prints, potentially in danger here, right? 30-minute money flow coming to the downside. I shouldn't say danger, right? Because, again, that doesn't negate the money flow on the higher time frames. But, if that money flow crosses over into the red on the 30-minute with that 8-hour red dot, that would probably be more likely that we are going to pull back locally. But, again, if that does happen, it likely wouldn't negate the higher time frame money flow. So I do think there's a good chance of continuing up here, but locally maybe a little bit of a pullback. So there you go. Hopefully, that makes sense to you guys. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Shout out to Elite Ways EZ says, Sheeb, ICP, Crow, Gala, Algo. Shout out to you, bro. Let's see. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Welcome in. I don't know why I acted like you just popped in. I said hi to you before, but shout out to Crypto Billy. Hope you're doing well, brother. Let's see. Bada boom. And don't forget, guys, to check out Billy Go Tales on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on X. It is the best Twitter space. They just had Crypto Face on. If you guys like Market Cypher, you're gonna want to go check that out. But let's see. AZTV said Frankie broke it all the way down, baby. GG. Shout out to AZTV. I like to make sure you guys are prepared in the long term, in the short term as well. Because, again, I know it gets a little confusing, like money flow's coming up. But tonight, right, if we get a little pullback, people will be like, what the heck? I thought money flow was coming up. But it's not like a buy or sell signal, right? That's why I like to really, really show you guys that the money flow indicates the trend. Red and green dots indicate the longer term trends, right? And, like, just to do this really quickly, again, right? Money flow crossover on the 8-hour here, like, and this is on any time frame, right? 8-hour money flow crosses into the red. What happens? Trend continues down. However, you can see we have a red dot, a green dot, a red dot, a green dot, red dot, green dot, right? All those little red and green dots are what indicate the noise or the internal structure, right? The noise in the market. The green dots, the red dot, green dot, red dot, green dot, red dot, green dot, red dot, right? But that crossover is what's letting you know you can use this as kind of like a a guide to whether you should be looking for shorts or longs, right? I actually broke this down pretty well, or more in depth, I should say, in the live streams last week. I was not even like the week before that too. We kind of been talking about how you can use these as a filter of whether you should be favoring longs or shorts, right? You're definitely going to be better off looking for lackluster pumps to the upside to short a lower high to capitalize on the continuation down based off this money flow coming out, rather than looking to like catch a knife here and hope that this is going to come up to new highs. Right? So keep that in mind. And hopefully that kind of helps you guys understand, right? So the idea here is money flow continues up, right? This would make us anticipate a trend to the upside, but a trend may have local ebbs and flows in it, right? So just keep that in mind. So if we come down a little bit, you kind of know why. So there you go. Let's go ahead and move on here. We got Mark Dutch saying, we're a warm community. Shout out to Mark Dutch. I think that's a beautiful way to explain our community. Yo, let's see. Shout out to Mont said, I'm feeling like at Dave Digital. Let's go. But yeah, we are a warm community, just like a candle. We are warm. We are warm people. But let's see. Bada boom. Soul. Shout out to Mikey20 wants Solana. I'm going to check out Ethereum really quickly, guys, and then drop your... shout out to Barack said, your analysis are superb. Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate that. Yeah, loving and warm group. Shout out to Do. That is a perfect way to describe us. I only like positivity. I like spreading positivity. That's why I love our community so much. It's positivity is rare in this world, I feel like. And we have a rare, even more rare than that, we have a rare opportunity where we have a bunch of positive people in one place. And yeah, it's just useless to spread negativity. I don't understand why someone would want to do that. So yeah, let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. More FOMO, please, Frankie. Shout out to Big Daddy. Yeah, there's your FOMO for the day. I only dish out a little bit of hopium at a time. Gotta keep it under control here. But yeah, and then again, and again, like higher time frames. Again, guys, like money flow on the 3-day, right? And this also tracks, right? Like also with the higher time frame analysis, kind of talking about the money flow and the red and green dots. Very similarly. Almost easier to spot on the higher time frames, right? So I have I'll say these yellow lines are money flow crossovers, right? And I'll say the purple lines are red and green dots, right? So just to show you the difference, right? We have a green dot here. We have a red dot here. We have a green dot here. We have a red dot here. We have a, red dot here, right? And then we have a green dot here and a red dot here, right? So what does this show, right? The money flow crossover is letting you know that the trend is overall going to continue to the upside. But when you get those red dots, right, you could easily get a pullback, right? Red dot happens, or that was kind of right on the crossover. But yeah, like right here, red dot. I guess these lines are kind of useless. I could just point it out with the crosshairs here. But yeah, red dot right here. Right, what happens? You get a little pullback. So if you're looking at this and you're saying, hey, money flow crossover into the green, I think the pump will continue, and then you get a big drop. It's very confusing. But you're looking at this through the lens of that this is a red dot, right? So as long as you're able to come down and not, break structure to the downside, it's okay, right? It's just an ebb or a flow. You get the sideways price action, even a little bit of a bigger drop. But again, right, you're just coming down to put in a higher low and continue the trend. The money flow indicates that if you get a pullback, you're going to be better off longing higher lows, right, looking for higher prices, rather than just like trying to short to zero. So there you go. If we had money flow looking like this, right, if we had money flow that was like kind of coming out here, ready to cross over into the red, that would mean that on the way up here, I'd probably be looking for a bigger short for the bigger breakdown and continuation to lower prices. But it's not that way, right? We have the money flow coming up. And that's kind of what's giving me the sentiment of being a little bit cautious here on these pushes to the upside, right? This green dot was likely to give us a push to the upside, which it did, and we talked about this. But until we get the money flow to start coming way back into the green here, we have to anticipate that this could be a lackluster ebb to the upside to put in that lower high to continue the trend to the downside. And again, we are kind of at that point in the cycle where money flow faking out back into the green may be likely. But if you get the rejection, it's not that it's not that shocking, right? You're thinking like, well, hey, money flow was coming out. You probably should have been looking for shorts up here. But no one's going to say, like when we were looking for shorts up here or shorts up here because money flow was coming out to the downside on the 2-day, right? Specifically here, we had like literally a short setup in the premium Discord, like from the top here. Nobody wanted to hear that, right? Everyone's like, why is this guy shorting in a bull market? He's going to lose all his money, right? And then it just winds up being the top. And then, we even continue down to 51 to 52K. Look for 51 to 52K here. Didn't get it. People are like, ha, didn't get it, right? And then what happened? We just wound up continuing the downtrend and getting the push down to 51 to 52K. All technical analysis. It's not because I'm a wizard. It's not because I'm the best trader. It is just simply based off simple TA, right? And this is... Even if you didn't have market cipher, right, you could just do this based off market structure. So pretty simple stuff. So there you go. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Frankie sounds like Piano Matty B on 2x speed. Hey, shout out to Mark Dutch. That's a compliment. Piano Matty B has got, what do they call them? The golden pipes, I think. I don't know what they say when you have a good voice. Shout out to Piano Matty B. Speaking of positive, good people in this space. Let's see. Okay, so let's go ahead. Shout out to VW. John says he has a crystal ball for real. John, John, come on, brother. I'm just kidding. Shout out to VW John. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. French toasters and Frankie Candles is greater than Yankee Candles. It's funny because I'm from New York, so you could call me Frankie the Yankee Candle. Anyway, let's continue on. Let's see. Yo, Poe says face for radio, baby. Let's go. People say I got the voice for radio. I'll say that. But yeah. Shout out to Post. All right, there we go. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob said, pin my next comment. Let's go, Rob. I think that's the first time I ever got it immediately. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. We're in sync here. All right, let's see. Hey, shout out to Digital X. Thank you for the super chat, bro. I appreciate you. He says, always watching the channel, but usually miss the live streams. I usually miss the live streams now. You're a living legend and so thankful for your content, the content of Frankie Candles University. Hey, shout out to Digital X. Let's go. I appreciate you for saying that, bro. It's always good to hear that the things that we're showing on this live stream are able to help you guys navigate these crazy markets, right? Yeah, shout out to you, bro. I really appreciate that. It's stuff like that that keeps me doing what we do here at Frankie Candles. It's like literally what I live for. I don't care about the clout. I don't care about the views. I mean, we do to a degree, right? But really why I do that is because of messages like this. And, yeah, people be like, man, you're always live. You're always working, man. It's like, this is the reason, right? It is all worth it because of messages like this, even if we, and we do get them a lot. So shout out to Digital X. I appreciate you saying that for real. And I appreciate the super chat. But let's go ahead and move on here to our altcoins. Starting off with Ethereum, I will take a look at, what do we got? We got ETH, Crow, Fetch, Render, GRT, and Near. Okay, yeah, and I will just take a look at Solana as well. I'll throw that in there because I know a lot of people want to see it. Wick said, y'all use your candles to light up my face every time I see y'all. Let's go. Candles in the chat for the Mafia. Let's go. I mean, I'm just the face on the YouTube channel, guys. You are the community. You guys are this YouTube channel. I'm just the guy that screams on camera. But drop those candles in the chat, baby, for the Candle Mafia. And let's go ahead and jump on into Ethereum and see what we got going on here. So, yeah, I mean, again, right, not too much going on here, right? Just kind of, continuing to shuffle sideways here in this boring range. I'm not going to lie, like, even in the premium Discord, it's like, it's brutal out there, guys. Like, the only real sound trade setup that we've had recently is, like, within this volume profile. The most recent one being at this value area high for that nice short to the downside. But everything else has been pretty lackluster, low confidence, low confirmation, just sideways chop, like not even pretty sideways chop, just like grindy, gross, nasty price action, like we do typically see in the summers. Same thing on Ethereum, just kind of continuing to go sideways here. Taking a look at the daily though, signals are somewhat similar here on Ethereum, right? 8-hour money flow is crossed over into the green, actually flying to the upside. Not looking too bad here, if I'm being honest. Red dot is printing here on the 6-hour, 8-hour red dot also looking to print. Money flow, continuing to work its way to the upside here, right? So if we're able to get these crossovers on the higher hourly time frames, we could look for the continuation up. Key level of resistance does remain the value area low of the macro range or the larger range here, sitting at about 2870. And that in line with that golden pocket sitting, topping out at about $2,946. So, as we've been looking at this recently, if we go ahead and pull up the VPVR, bada boom. I said if we pull up the VPVR, there we go. You guys can see we do have a little bit of a low volume gap here, which will likely assist that move if we're able to get above that spider line into that value area low golden pocket. That is, likely to assist the move, right? Quick move down oftentimes will lead to a quick move up. Could be right into that zone, right? And then this is also going to be the doorway to higher prices. Flip that to support. Look for the move up to your next key level sitting here between $3,100 and $3,200. Again, guys, this is going to be the more interesting level for me just because of the confluence that we have, right? So if I pull up the... let me pull up this chart real quick just to show you, right, this this old volume profile that we have pulled from all the way back here in 2022. You can see, right, that kind of, let me hide this fib, right? I have the same range here on this chart, right? Like this second zone here between $3,000 or $3,100 and $3,200 is very confluent with the value area high and POC of this older range, right? So right up here. So that is, if I flash on this other range, you guys can see that confluence there. So that is kind of why I am a little bit more interested in that $3,100 to $3,200 level. But until we get up there, that's kind of what I'm looking for. Locally, if we zoom into, something like the 1 hour here, kind of the same old song and dance as Bitcoin. Where we at? Bada boom, right? And, this is kind of the local profile that I would be watching. Let me actually hide the current range here. Bada boom. Right, so this is kind of the local range. If you're looking for scalps, this is kind of what I'd be looking at as far as the lower time frame levels. Value area low coming in. I'll actually label these so you guys can screenshot them if you want. Bada boom. POC and your value area high. 2567, 2650 POC, 2683 value area high. And then if we're able to get above there, flip that spider line to support. That's where I think you can get the pretty quick move up to that $2,900 value area low. Right here, 2,900 to about $2,950. So there you go. That's what I'm looking for on Ethereum. Lagging a little bit on Market Cypher, if I'm being honest. As far as money flow is lagging, like daily money flow, not quite as close to crossing over into the green. So there is that. But I would watch out for that because it is lagging back behind Bitcoin just a little bit. What did I did want to bring something up on Bitcoin. What was it? I forget. It'll come to me. Shout out to Dave Hagan, said, just rewatched an older Frankie Candles video on fair value gaps. It's one-stop shopping on the Frankie Candles channel. Just got to search and learn for free. Shout out to Dave Hagan. Bro, I always say that. This channel is literally like a free trading course. Now, I don't go into the super advanced stuff like we do in the premium Discord, such as order flow, like advanced entry strategies, stuff like that. But yeah, if you want to learn how to chart, how to learn how to use the charts and actually start trading in some form or fashion, you could easily go from like zero to pretty close to like advanced just from the free content on this channel, right? We obviously have the paid Discord, but again, like I am never going to force feed a paid product to somebody if I think that they can get the free value from the live streams, right? Or even on the YouTube channel from the tutorials, right? It's like, if someone said, hey, I just want to learn how to start using the charts and want to start learning how to trade, I'm not going to put them into an advanced trading Discord, right? Because they're going to kind of be really far behind. Now, if you have the money, are you going to expedite your learning process? Maybe a little bit. You'll kind of just be able to ask questions and kind of get. But I would much rather point you towards the free content. Get up to speed, understand what a chart is, how to read the candlesticks, how to look at support, resistance, volume profiles, all that. And then when you start to feel comfortable and you want to like take it to the next level, that's where I would suggest coming into the Discord, right? So there you go. And I don't know if you're gonna find anybody that's that honest about that thing. Most people just shove their product right down your throat. But I'm just not like that. That's not how we run things, right? What is it? I found a quote the other day, and it was like exactly how we do things. It's if you do it right, your marketing will provide so much value that your paid services will take care of themselves, right? You give it all away, and eventually, right? Hashtag givers gain. Shout out to Crypto Billy. The more you give, the more you get, and that's really the way I see not only life, but this business and this YouTube channel is the more we give, the more we get. I don't want something for nothing, right? We want to give away as much value as we can, and we believe that genuinely, the way the universe works, you will get that back in full, right? So there you go. Hashtag givers gain. Shout out to all set. Drop that hashtag givers gain in the chat. V-Sun said, what's up, Mafias? Just here to smash that like button. I need to go water the garden now. Lol, like every day. Shout out to V-Sun. Smash that like button, guys. V-Sun said it, not me. Shout out to Do said, I could not agree with you more on that statement. Hang on, I wrote down the quote here. I don't just make this stuff up. Let me actually get the actual quote because this is like our mission statement now. It's what is it? Let me see here. It's like one of the best. It's like an amazing quote. I forgot who said it. I didn't make it up, obviously. If you do it right, your marketing will help more people. Yeah, that's it. That's it. If you're doing it right, your marketing will help people more than your paid service or product ever will. That's it, right? And technically our marketing would be like the YouTube channel, the free value that we give. And that's my goal. I want my free stuff to help more people than our paid service ever will. So there you go. It's like some of the best quotes I've ever heard. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue on. Hey, all set with the 5 gifted Frankie Candles membership. Thank you so much for that, bro. I appreciate you for gifting back to the Mafia. Let's get it. Shout out to you. All set. Dropping those 5 Frankie Candles memberships. You're the man. We appreciate you so much, man. Let's go. Shout out to Dave Hagan, Lawrence, Roberto. Shout out to Roberto. Heavy D. And I think I missed one. Someone else got a free membership. So shout out to you guys. But let's go ahead and continue on. Let's see. All right, let's continue on. So we took a look at Ethereum. Let's go ahead and jump out on Crow. I don't know what I meant by jump out on. Excuse me. All right, let's take a look here. Bada boom, bada bing. All right, let me see. Pull up a different KuCoin chart. All right, so these are all tapped. This is tapped. Yeah, I mean, wow, look at these volume profiles. Look at these volume profiles. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Like, you just shot right up to the value area high, and that's where you got the rejection from. But, yeah, I mean, I will be honest. This is a kind of a wonky-looking price action here. But, you know, this is really your next significant area of value, right? Like, I mean, even if I pulled this all the way down, yeah, like I would say, you know, other than, you know, everything, all this other price action is just like a grind to the downside. So on the higher time frames, kind of hard to find that next likely place for price to go, to be quite honest. I will keep this volume profile as it is being respected. I mean, really pretty simple stuff here, right? You got to get above that 0.0. You got 9234, right? You got to get above that value area low. This is your doorway. I don't even know if I would say doorway to higher prices, but doorway to 10 cents, right? Yeah, doorway to 10 cents. So there you go. But yeah, get above here. That's where you can start working your way up through the profile. But other than that, I mean, very kind of wonked out price action, to be quite honest. Kind of hard to call this, to be honest. Let's see. Daily. We can look at Market Cipher. Yeah. Ooh, nice little trigger wave on the daily with a fat anchor wave as well. Money flow starting to creep up. Not looking as good as the Bitcoins, but let's see here. 4-hour money flow creeping up. Yeah, I'll be honest, doesn't look as clean. Yeah, 10 hours looking decent. 10-hour blood diamond printing. I'd be careful here. So I will give you the levels. I mean, let's see. Let me actually see something here. Let me pull these older ranges. Are these probably still been in play? Yeah, would you look at that? Look at that. Don't ever be afraid to pull volume profiles, guys, from years back. Don't ever be afraid, because these are 100% valid levels to look at. I don't care what anybody says. This is not a coincidence. The value area low getting respected, the POC and the value area high getting respected, not only on this little dump, but also bounce the value area high, reject the value area high, right to the POC, right to the low, deviation to the POC, value area low, you come back out. So don't be afraid to pull those old volume profiles, right? Like, this is coming all the way from back here in 2023. So yeah, these are the levels I would look at, right? Like, you're kind of just stuck in no man's land here. And again, like with this wonky price action. But yeah, you break down below this level here at, 0.08426, probably going to get the bigger drop to the downside. And if you get the bigger push up, this is your level to crack. So like, the most important levels are 9221 and 8426. So there you go. But other than that, like, money flow is still kind of looking good. Not looking as good as Bitcoin, though, in my opinion. So there you go. Hopefully that helps you guys out. Let's see. Shout out to Wick, said, glad you popped in. Frankie, good for short and long term. Say hey whenever. Shout out to Wick. Let's see. Shout out to Live for Love, said, I don't engage much and haven't watched in several weeks. Too much going on in my life, but I figured I'd say hey real quick. Well, shout out to Live for Love. What is going on? We're glad you showed your face. Good to see you in here, and we love our lurkers. # we love our lurkers as well. Yeah, shout out to Live for Love, said, will do for sure. once things settle down, I'm hoping to engage more. Yeah, shout out to Live for Level. We will be here. That is one thing you will know. We will be here dishing out that sauce to go when you come back. So shout out to you. Thank you for being here. And smash that like button if you have not already. Let's see. Bada boom. Shout out to Flame. Said, when will your airdrops or giveaways come for me? Shout out to Flame. I do not have any airdrops. So if you have anyone out there DMing you saying that there's Frankie Candles airdrops, it is fake. It is a scam. But we do giveaways. So, yeah, we'll see. We will be doing another giveaway on tomorrow. So, yeah, we're rooting for you. Hopefully you can win tomorrow's giveaway. And, yeah, we'll root for you. It doesn't really help you out. But, hey, who doesn't want someone rooting for them? But let's see. Cover us with sauce. Shout out to Dewey. Let's go. All right, let's continue on and take a look at Fetch.ai. Let's check it out. Going to the moon. All right, next render. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm actually going to take a look at a different render chart. Got my super U here, guys. You can check out wendwellness.com, W-E-N-D wellness.com. It's a friend of ours, but doctor formulated healthy pre-workout, apparently, and I don't really eat a lot of vitamins, so this does help me. So shout out to them. Tony D said, I'm about to airdrop some mac and cheese into my body. Shout out to Tony D. Dang, mac and cheese sounds good right now. Scam wick of the century right there. Yeah, taking a look at Fetch.ai. Could probably clear all this. Take a look at the daily. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of clean. Somewhat. Yeah, I'll just give you the local analysis, right? Like, unless we're going to get, like, some kind of massive ripski here, which I don't know if I would really necessarily anticipate, like, at the moment. But, yeah, you got a value area up there. I mean, you could argue you have some kind of value right here. It's a little bit wonked out, but I will take a look at it because it will give us some kind of macro context. But let's see here. 6 hour. Yeah, I mean, money flow looking very similar, right? 10-hour money flow about to cross over into, or is crossing over into the green, but please understand, red dot is about to print here, right? Red dot is about to print. We are a little bit overbought, so be careful of that. If you get that money flow crossover into the green, though, even if we get a little pullback, could get the continuation up. So for me, nice thing here is you do have like a nice little value area right down here. So let me give you these levels really quickly, and let me just mark them out. And I will actually pull this for confluence. So, yeah, I would say your most important level of support is probably going to be right here, right? Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to turn that to blue. So, yeah, if we do wind up coming down here, you're going to really want to hold this value area low. If you deviate to the 786, it wouldn't be the end of the world. Once you lose 77 and a half, 0.7754, that is where I would expect a bigger drop to the downside. So that's kind of your line in the sand. But I would be acceptable, in my opinion, would be acceptable to get a pullback into this value area low. Once again, no promises. I'm not saying that's definitely going to happen, but it would be okay or, quote unquote healthy if it were to happen, in my opinion. But other than that, yeah, I would be potentially looking for a little bit. Yeah, I would look for, once that red dot prints here on the 10-hour, could look for a little pullback, but I would definitely be searching for longs here, right? Because if we pull up Lux Algo real quick, just to simplify this a little bit, you could see, right, we had a bullish change of character. This is where, right, I'm going to dish out a little bit of sauce to the Mafia here. When you get that bullish change of character, this is where you're looking at price. Like when you look at market cipher, right? Money flow in the red indicates that you probably want to be focusing more on shorts. Money flow in the green, you want to be focusing more on longs. Very similar to when you're looking at the changes of character here on Lux Algo, right? Shout out to Lux Algo, by the way, sponsor of the channel. You guys can check the link in the description down below if you want to check out any of these premium indicators or my free indicator. Just search Frankie Candles Essentials, free volume profile with a little bit of added sauce to it. But bullish change of character here. This is where you have your bull goggles on. So basically what I like to do here is I like to wait for a pullback and then look for a long entry on a higher low. And then you might ask yourself, well, Frankie, where are we looking for that higher low? And to that, I say simply, you want to be looking at Fibonacci golden pocket retracements, right? So, you know, if we were to get a pullback into this golden pocket or even the 786 potentially, this would be a long entry for me, right? Assuming we can get some kind of confirmation here. Because remember, you don't just want to like long for no reason, right? If we came down here and we put in some bullish divergences or something, like that's where I would look for the entry. You need some kind of trigger here. Maybe it's an SFP. We talk about all different entry triggers on this show. So if you're looking at, and we have a bunch of videos explaining that as well, tutorials on that as well. Hey, shout out to Fought Gaming in the chat. Hey, I'm just going to say, if you guys like gaming, our boy Fought just started a channel, and he's a savage Call of Duty, not only Call of Duty, but he's a savage gamer. If you guys want to check him out, I highly recommend you guys go check him out. But this is where you're going to be looking for longs, right? And then again, on those golden pocket 786 retracements is where you're going to want to be looking for it, in my opinion, right? That's what I like to do. So if you do wind up getting a pullback, kind of gives you an area. And the idea here is just like when money flow is in the green, you want to favor longs. When you have these bullish changes of character, your candlesticks turn green here on Bucks Algo. That's kind of where you're going to look to come down and look for the longs, right? Because a lot of people get confused. They're like, oh, wait, price is coming down. Should I have shorted here, right? And then they wind up shorting down here thinking price is going to nuke. But little do they know, right, they had the bullish change of character, and they should be looking for a higher low for the continuation up. So, you know, not a trade setup. This is not telling anybody that they should be looking for trades here. I'm just saying if I were trading this, that's kind of what I would look for. I would not just FOMO in. If it goes up without me, I let it go. I don't mind that. I would rather let price go without me rather than enter a trade along at the top here and then just get stopped out. So just keep that in mind. But, yeah, that's kind of what I'd be looking at here on Fetch.ai. And yeah, it's like anytime you see those bullish changes of character, it works for bearish changes of character as well. But like, you know, anytime you see that bullish change of character, you know, it is going to be, you know, you're going to be better off looking for longs than shorts, right? And it works on any time frame, right? And again, you could do this without an indicator as well, right? You could just do this on your raw price action. But, you know, you just zoom in somewhere random here, like you get a, you know, right here, bullish change of character. This is not where you would want to just be shorting for no reason, right? Bullish change of character, you're going to want a long, higher lows for the continuation up, right? Where are those higher lows likely to come in? Whoops. You can look at your golden pockets. You could also look at the smart trail, but I'm not going to pull that up because just to save time. But yeah, like even here, right? Bullish change of character, break of structure. This is a bullish uptrend, right? So as you come down, you're going to want to look for longs as you approach those retracement levels, right? Or at least that's what I do. And then you actually wound up getting a reversal. But same thing for shorts, right? Where is it? Yeah, bearish change of character, right? Right here. What are you going to be looking for? I like to pull my fib from the high to the low, and then you look for the rejections in your fib zone, right? Which would technically be right here. You wicked above it a couple times, but where did you ultimately wind up rejecting from? You wind up rejecting from that fib zone. So there you go. Just simple market structure stuff. So hopefully somebody learned from that. I pray. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's see. Yo, shout out to Mark Dutch said, yo, shout out to Dave Digital said, who foughted? Who foughted? Hey, shout out to Fought. Shout out to Fought Gaming. Shout out to our boy. It's a good friend of ours, guys. Go show Fought Gaming some love. Hang on here. What is he at right now? He's got 46 subscribers, guys. Get on in there. And, yeah, get on in there and sub to Fought Gaming. The man, the myth, the legend. Let's go. Shout out to Fought Gaming. But, oh, no, I just lost chat. What are we doing here? Shout out to Dave Digital said, pre-workout. Like, really? Like, so pre-workout, he drinks it several months before he decides to work out? Just saying. Shout out to Dave Digital. Little do you know, bro. Little do you know, I've been working out every day. I'm kidding. I can't fake that. I haven't done the work. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I actually do. Yeah, I'll do it. I'm going to get back to my health one day. The YouTube channel took over my entire life, guys. But yeah, one day I will get back to my health. But the Mafia is more important than my health right now. I'm not going to lie. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue. Bada boom, bada bing. Shout out to Crypto Maxi. Let's see, 46, guys. Let's see if we can get Fought to 100 subscribers tonight. I'll bring it back up at the end of the end of the show. But let's see. Shout out to Render. Let's go ahead and check out Render. Shout out to Dave. Dave, you know, you gotta stick around too at the end of the show. I gotta talk to you, Dave. You're not in trouble. I just gotta talk to you. All right, let's see. Shout out to Tyler Luna. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you very much. He says, I'm short FTM from 46.40 and planning on TP at 32 and then longing. Do you see any flaws in my plan? Well, shout out to Tyler Luna. I will, right after we take a look at render, I will take a look at that, but I will preface it with I cannot tell you what is good or bad. But what I will do is I will look at it, and I will put myself in your shoes, and I'll kind of talk about how I would handle things. But you should never copy what I am doing. I am yo, shout out to Kate Diggity. He said Jason doesn't make any excuses, Frankie. Yo, Jason is literally ripped up like Rambo. Like Jason, he had to have been a personal trainer before he was a trader, I would think. Went from personal trainer to personal trader, I would think. Yeah, that man is about is at peak physical form. There's not a lot of people walking around like Jason Casper. I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to him though. He obviously puts the work in. Dude literally walks during his streams on a walking treadmill. Works out during his live streams. Like that. Yeah, shout out to K Diggity. You got a point there, bro. You got a point there. Literally walking while literally walking while streaming. Shout out to Jason Casper, the man. But yeah, let's go ahead and see what we got going on here on render. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Yeah, 8-hour money flow, looking very similar to everything else, right? I mean, big old wick here. What is going on here? Is this just like a massive liquidity grab? What was that? Yeah, just a massive. Let me see. Let me pull up render. Oh, dang. No render on no render on here? Hang on a second. Yeah, we can't get render on here. Dang, they have like almost every other coin. Damn, no love for render. All right, no worries. But yeah, money flow looks good, right? This would make you anticipate a continuation of the trend locally here, at least on the 8-hour, right? Now, where could that potentially bring you? Well, if you pull your local fib, this might be what the level that we just rejected. Yeah, it's probably that golden. Yeah, all right. So right now, if you want a bigger continuation, right, we've already kind of tapped that. Yeah, we already tapped the golden pocket, almost hit the 786. I would say, listen, your next, let me see here. Neutral. Yeah, okay, so be careful, right? Yeah, I would say like your big level that you want to get above is this value area low, 786. Value area low, 786. So if, I don't know what's good with this scam wick here, but if we can get above that golden pocket, above that 786, that's where I think that's your doorway up to about $7, or at least $6.85. So yeah, locally, that's what I would look at. And yeah, like you could see right here, if we pull our fib from the high to the low here, pull that volume profile. Yeah, it's a little bit wonked out. Is this just just Gemini that's looking like that, or is that everything? That's an index. What are we looking at here? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do it on Coinbase, right? Because Coinbase doesn't have all the scammy stuff here. What is going on here? Okay, so let me pull this real quick. I would be looking at. I'm not even going to show the bigger range. I'm just going to look at the local stuff here because this is likely going to be what you want to look at. Okay, so change that to neutral. Let me go ahead and get these levels for you. Bada boom, bada bing, bada boom. So yeah, I mean, if you pull up the VPVR, right, remember, you like quick moves up, right? Quick moves up, quick moves down. Flip it up on top of this high volume node, could fill pretty quickly to that value area low. And this makes sense, guys. Why? Because right now we are sitting in balance, right? Bada boom. And let me just get rid of these levels real quick. Boom, 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 right? So if right now this is your local range, right? Sitting between 492 and about 439. If you could break out here, you are likely going to find imbalance, right? Also, confluent with the low volume gap, right? If we fly through this level, price is going to seek fair value. And if you break to the upside, price is going to seek which fair value? Well, very likely previous fair value, right? Because when we come up here, the next area of fair value is sitting right here, right? So price is naturally going to be gravitated towards this. And even if you weren't looking at the volume profiles, price is going to be gravitated, towards these high volume nodes, right? So breaks out here, likely price is going to kind of be lost, right? I always say this is like, think of it as a kid, right? Your kid is in the mall, and once it goes into the low volume gap, your kid's lost in the mall, right? And what's a little kid going to do? It's going to run up like, I always say just run up to the nearest older woman and be like, Mommy! And like, where's that next woman standing? This is a weird analogy. I always say this, but, that lost kid's going to be like, Mom, 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 and it's going to run to like the nearest adult, right? Like, someone help me, I lost my mom. Where's that nearest adult right now? It is sitting right here at 640, right? Within this old area of balance, right? So low volume gaps, we move through very quickly, and then these high volume nodes act as magnets for price, right? So, price is just going to likely shoot towards that next high volume node. Or if you want to look at it through the lens of auction market theory, you are just saying that the market is always seeking fair value, right? So we have fair value here where buyers and sellers agree on a range. And then once you get imbalance on price, price is going to seek fair value. And the next fair value is sitting right up here. Hopefully that makes sense for you. Hopefully I just taught you something, and hopefully one day it makes you money. So there you go. Those are the levels I'd be looking at, as well as just the other analysis, low volume gaps, etc. Money flow crossover into the green on the 8-hour. But remember that red dot is about to print on the 8-hour as well. So locally you could pull back down. And if you do, you have this nice volume profile letting you know where price will likely go next. So there you go. All right, let's see. Shout out to Font Gaming, said hiding from your parents underneath the clothing racks. I actually not even sure if my mom nowadays is the same mom that I lost in the mall. I think I went home with a different family. But anyway, let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Okay. Shout out to Mark Dutch, said, I'll give your number. I'll give Alex O your number, Frankie. You're a great storyteller for the baby otter. Shout out to Mark Dutch. Oh God, shout out to Alex O. Hopefully he's probably got his hands full right now with a little newborn. But congrats to him once again. All right, let's see. Shout out to Wick, said, dang, Frankie's life's an A24 movie. Wick, if you only knew half of the stories that I could tell you. I was just telling Tony D today. I'm like literally the guy that people in my life go, why does this stuff always happen to you? I have some pretty wild things that have happened to me. Listen, it's all relative, right? There's way crazier stuff that happens to other people. But I do have some pretty funny stories. All right, let's see. Bada boom. All right, let's go ahead and move on. We got GRT. Let's go ahead and check GRT real quick. Bada boom. Sorry if the energy's off, guys. I'm kind of fried today. I am just exhausted for some reason. I don't know why. I just don't know why. But let's see here. Bada boom, bada bing. People are probably like, dude, your energy. People usually think I'm on something, which is not the case. Just good old Andromeda bound Aztecian alien scam water. I do wonder what they put in this, though. This makes you feel really good. Anyway. Bada boom, bada bing. Shout out to Tony D. Said, no, he wasn't. I don't know this man. Shout out to Tony D. Tony D, we're friends, right? Right, buddy? All right, let's see. All right, let's continue on. Okay. I'm lost in chat right now. Okay, let's take a look here. So yeah, on a lot of this stuff, right, we have this bear market range, right? This is where we spend most of our bear market, just kind of accumulation. And then we got the big breakout, but when we got the big rejection here, which, by the way, happened on this previous value area, price came down to retest that POC, which is pretty nice, right? If we, like, key level right now, you must get back above. And I'll be honest, it's kind of like potentially the danger zone as well, right? Excuse me. Yeah, okay, so 16,504, right? You got to get above this level, right? Because if you get stuck underneath here, it could be pretty dangerous, right? Because, I mean, I guess you could just come back down to the POC, but if you lose that POC, we have seen some of these alts go back down to their bear market ranges, right? Matic was one of them, making a very sharp recovery. But and actually lost its, or no. Yeah, kind of, Matic kind of did pretty well. It stayed back up here. But, yeah, as we look here, like this is your lower volume profile. You got to get above 16,504 in order to open the door to your higher prices. Let's go over to the 4 hour here. I would go ahead and pull this volume profile because this has been respected not only on this price action, but also this price action. Bada boom. Go ahead and mark it out. And yeah. So I mean, you got a lot of work to do here. I would probably just stick to these levels, right? I don't know, unless you get some kind of randomly huge move out of nowhere here like Matic, which we all know now was based off of not only natural buying pressure, but also short squeezes, as I was telling people or showing you guys on the live stream last night. Hopefully you guys learned that. That was a pretty decent bit of fire sauce. That was good sauce there. I highly recommend if you have not seen yesterday's live stream talking about why Matic pumped. I don't normally recommend you go watch the live streams after they're over because usually they're outdated, but there was a whole lot of educational sauce in that live stream. I actually recommend you go back and watch it because there's a lot for people to learn in that video. So definitely go check that out. Let's see. Shout out to Kate Diggity says he tries not to be a D-bag. I don't know what he's talking about. He also tries not to speak about himself in third person. Both work most of the time, but occasionally fail. Shout out to Kate Diggity. I don't even know what that's in reference to, but shout out to Kate Dig. But yeah, let's see. Shout out to Dr. Crimson's girlfriend in the chat. Goldavelli said, got John Wick this morning. Oh, God. Shout out to Goldavelli. Yeah. Those wicks will get you. Those wicks will get you. But yeah. So yeah, these are the key levels that I would be looking at. Other than that, everything is looking pretty much the same. Like, pretty boring day, to be quite honest with you guys. I'm going to take a quick look at near. But other than that, like, things are pretty much remaining very similar to yesterday, right? We are back above our key level. We have flipped it to support here, which, by the way, is the 786. Yeah, so this was kind of the macro level that we did not want to lose, right? You hit that 786. You don't really want to lose this. To be close, the weekly candle up there. Sheesh. Yeah, and this is what you call saved by the skin of your teeth. This is, this is, just like, talk about slipping off the edge here. What is good with these reflections? Why are these all of a sudden an issue? Is that better? No. What is going on? I don't know why that's all of a sudden an issue. It's never been an issue before. I'm in the same studio I've always been in. Let me actually raise up the Frankie Candle studio real quick. And now I'm going to have to raise up the chair. All right. But yeah, that is the fact that we held this level is very important in my opinion, right? Macro 786, right? If we were going to put in a higher low here to continue the overall trend to the upside, that was the level to hold, right? People say TA doesn't work, and then you see stuff like that, and it's just absolutely insane. But, yeah, green dot on your 2 hours printing. Daily money flow is starting to creep up here. Let's check that. Yeah, 8-hour money flow crossover to the green. All this stuff looks the same, right? Short term, these red dots on the medium hourly time frame, such as the 8-hour, could give you a little bit of a pullback, but money flow is definitely pointing towards a continuation to the upside. This does not guarantee a move to the upside, right? But it's all a probability game. Remember that. But let's see. At Tony D. Tony, I was actually thinking, should we build a new set? I'm thinking about maybe doing something a little bit more 3D. Like, not 3D. Not like, oh, Frankie Candles. But I was thinking of something a little bit more, like with more depth, right? I just feel like we're just like in front of a flat wall. I don't know. Shout out to Tony D. I'm thinking about it. I drop a bag on a new studio. I don't know. But anyway, let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's all similar, right? If we cool off, you have this lower volume profile that you can keep an eye on, right, as your key levels to the downside. Boom, boom, right? And then if we do continue up here, you got to pull up the VPVR real quick. Yeah, I mean, same thing, right? You kind of got the low volume gap. Let me hide this fib real quick. You got the low volume gap, and let me pull this larger volume profile. Yeah, I mean, you got a lot of work to do here. Let me get rid of this. Yeah, I would actually take this as well. This is a little wonked out of a range, but I wouldn't be surprised if this winds up working out. So, yeah, if you wind up getting the move up, right, you break into this value area low, probably a quick move up towards that POC value area high. Remember, when your POC and your value area high are close to one end of the range, sometimes it makes that zone, right, act as a super magnet, right? Because the POC is the strongest level, right, or the strongest magnet within the volume profile, right? So this is likely going to act as a magnet. And although the POC oftentimes acts as a magnet in general, when the value area high and the POC are very close, once you flip that value area low, instead of the next likely place for price to go being the POC in the middle of the range, it's basically just the value area high because that POC is just kind of like on top of the value area high. You also have that low volume gap kind of, agreeing with that, right? Quick move through that low volume gap, quick move down, quick move up. So those are the levels I'd be looking at on near, as well as the money flow and volume analysis. So there you go. And with all that being said, guys, I think that's all the time we got for tonight's live stream. Everything else, everything's pretty much looking the same as it was looking yesterday. Really not that much to update here, but hopefully the altcoin sauce gives you guys a little bit of extra value here and a little extra insight into what we are expecting next. So I would not be surprised if we get a little bit of a short-term pullback, but money flow is also pointing to the upside. Shout out to Mark says Solana. We could take a look at Solana. Oh, FTM. Yeah, shout out to Tyler Luna. I'm sorry, bro. Good thing I saw that. Let me see this. So let me pull up that super chat real quick. All right, so pretending that I am in a short on FTM from 46.40. Let's see. In a short from 46.40, come down to a lower time frame. Boom. Boom. Okay, so short from 46.40, right? So I'm going to pretend I'm in this short. And TP at 32. Let's see. Whew. This thing actually this thing low-key rip-skied. Let's see. Okay, I mean, I come up to a higher time frame. Let's see. Okay, so I assume that TP is based off the gold. So yeah, we'll say the TP is based off the golden pocket. I always like to TP before the key levels. Now, I will say this. When you have something like this, right, for me personally, there's no guarantee you get down here. Now, I wouldn't be looking for a first TP down here. I'd be TPing on the way, especially with money flow coming up like it is. Like daily money flow about to cross over into the green. Daily red dot will likely print and give you some kind of pull down. But I would probably be taking profit. I'll just give you some sauce here. I'll just give you the kind of analysis that I'd be looking at. It's hard to say, right? Because you don't know if you're going to get the full golden pocket retracement or if you're going to come back down and put a higher low in on one of these local retracements, right? I would probably be looking at this. And again, this is if I were trading this. This is what I would look for, right? Never copy what I do, right? This is not how you become a successful trader. But this is I would probably be looking to ride this down something like this. And it's not to say that you can't come down to 32 cents either, but this is just the way I would handle things, right? I'd probably be taking a TP at that golden pocket if you can make it down there, right? Because obviously you have this large move up, huge low volume gap. So if you can crack this range, you could get that quick move back down. But I do think, with the strength that we're seeing, it wouldn't be impossible to continue up here. So I would definitely be looking at that golden pocket. This is sitting at about, 0.3986. And so, yeah, I would personally be a little more conservative with this. Again, not that you can't come down to 32 cents. But yeah, this is a pretty high volume node locally, right? Like this is probably going to give you a lot of support. And if you're going to continue this trend, it could be a high likelihood of a bounce there. Now, if you broke down below 35 cents, I do think 32 cents would be very likely. But this is kind of more what I would be looking at, like even with this like little local volume profile in here. Bada boom, bada boops, bada bing. Take a look at the daily real quick. Yeah, I mean, you have a daily level down here as well. Daily. Yeah, you got a weekly level. Yeah, weekly level at 32, right? So that would be, if you did get down to 32, probably a good idea to get. I would probably be taking some profit down there as well. But yeah, these are some key levels I would look at, right? And then, if I were, going to 100% look for 32 cents, I would definitely be taking partial TPs along the way with these support and resistances in mind. So there you go. That is what I'd be looking at. Again, daily money flow about to cross over into the green, but, locally, 8-hour red dot, 10-hour red dot, like this could potentially be the start of the move down. But I would be careful with these strong kind of trend here with money flow popping into the green. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight into how I would handle these trades. Shout out to, who was it? I forgot. Shout out to Tyler Luna. I appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much. Playing the rising wedge short to 32 cents. Okay, I got you. So there you go. That's kind of what I'd be looking at. I would just be aware of all these levels if we do get the drop. Just be careful. So there you go. But again, not impossible to get down to 32 cents either. But with all that being said, Gold Develli dropping those Mrs. Candles hands in the chat. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. This makes so much more sense now. Shout out to VW John. But yeah, guys, with all that, shout out to Kate Diggity said, right, VW, those are candles. I don't even know what's going on in chat anymore. John is such a smart Volkswagen. What is going on in chat? Hodl Crypto with the Mrs. Candles hands. For anybody curious, those are actually Mrs. Candles hands. It's not a fake emoji. That is actually a picture of her hands. But anyway, guys, with all that being said, I think that's all the time we got for tonight's live stream. I appreciate everybody for tuning in and sticking around till the end of the stream. Let's see if we get that short-term pullback based off those red dots on the medium time frames, and then if that money flow can continue us up to higher prices. Either way, we'll be here to check in with you guys tomorrow. Same place, same time, right here, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Frank Candles YouTube channel. I love each and every single one of you. I don't just say that because I'm on camera. I say it because I mean it. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to the Candle Mafia. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hasta pasta. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong!
Look what's next for me, Joe. I'm gonna get that second bell. Where the f is it? They should have had them 2 bells ready. Spit shine for me.
Yeah. Head up in the clouds, dog, they saying I look stressed. I've been feeling down, pray to God that I'm up next. Remember when she blew me off, that's why I can't text. Now she call me petty, but I swear I can't forget. This ain't a test. Now they saying that I ball like Jerry West. Coming back for what is mine, I can't take no less. I said go and take a shot, so I need your best. And stop the threats, don't know what is in me. I don't got time, I'm not giving the energy. Too many people around me, I'm finicky. I do not mess with you, dog, you're not kidding me. You don't got way too close. I've been up at the top now, so they all wait for the landslide. I seen too many people that switched up, whose man's high. Through it all, I stay the same, I swear to God, I can't lie. Been down so damn low that I came up for my life. They talk way too much on the internet, it's not real life. I swear my fam waiting, I can't lose, and I'm still right. Still right, I swear that I'm working, I'm up till like midnight. It's real life, I got a time and I'm coming to get mine. In time, I cannot lose and I'm coming right inside. I'm in my, yeah.
Mafia, we are gathered here for a very, very, very special occasion. We had to bring out the actual candle. Shout out to Walmart. It's salted coconut mahogany. This is a day that we've been waiting for, or I've been waiting for, and I know certain other people have been waiting for a very, very long time. And this day is dedicated to Dave Digital as our most official new moderator of the Frankie Candles YouTube channel. Dave has been with us for so long, one of our oest of G's and most dedicated CandleMafia members. And he's had that gray wrench for too long. I was talking to Tony D earlier today, and I'm making the executive decision. Dave, you deserve this so much, and I am honored to bring you on as a Frankie Candles moderator. Shout out to Dave Digital. May the gods bless Dave Digital as the most official mod of the Frankie Candles YouTube channel. Pray to the crypto CandleMafia gods. Hasta pasta. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the roll, here we go, yeah we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like, yeah, you about to see me on demand like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On a roll, here we go.
Dave, that wrench looked good on you, bro. Let's go. Shout out to Dave Digital. Give him wrenches in the chat for Dave Digital. I'll see you guys tomorrow with an extra mod. Hasta pasta. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.